Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those charts. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour. So we have obviously, as you can see, tapped our upper resistance box. And yeah, having a pullback from there. This is obviously to be expected. It's a pretty important, pretty macro level, and we have been on a relentless up move since obviously breaking out this tightening, this consolidation pattern here. I mean, this is just looking at this is a textbook breakout of a pennant as well. You can see the tightening formation. As soon as we got that move above, we then got continuation on and on and on. Obviously it can only go so far without a pullback, and well, unless we are going to break clean above 14k into this region and then come and use this as support, the next logical basically support level to come and back test will be around this 13k. So yeah, all eyes on that really, because we do kind of look like we are running out of steam here. So, and it isn't like we have a weakening dollar and a strong stock market to back us up either. We are literally this is Bitcoin's brute force on its own doing this basically. So yeah, how much longer can it do that for in the face of obviously deteriorating other markets? But yeah, so again, for me, I've been saying we're waiting for this back test at some point, and that's when I think big buying will come in, and then yeah, potentially take us to the next level. But realistically, we've got to have that back test, but obviously any back test down to 13k, we could then lose 13k, and then we obviously would head towards 12k, and then we would start to look like we have not a macro, but actually a medium term downtrend, and then we'll have to obviously see how far that decides to take us. So yeah, things are looking like there is going to be some decisions made soon, but yeah, we'll have a look at those other markets just so you can see what we are dealing with. Obviously stock markets looking terrible here. I mean, we've lost the major support we're looking at. We have got this this area here. We'll just extend this along. I'll probably put a box here for us, if I can work out how to. Yeah, there it is. It's the rectangle. So yeah, realistically, this level here, well, this is pretty much the last. Well, it's not really the last line of support because we've got this level here, but it is a very important one, and I fully expect this will bounce the price. It will just be a case of will it keep obviously bounce the price and then reverse the trend, or will it just temporarily bounce the price, which is obviously always the question when it comes to these important support and resistance levels. So yeah, that's just straightening these out. Just bear with me. There we go. Well, it's not. It's because this line isn't straight. So we'll actually delete that. Is it going to delete? Does it want to delete? There we go. And then we'll just put in a horizontal line, and this should work okay for us. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, this box here, this is an important level, and obviously failing that, we've got this other very important level here. So we have got to start, we have basically got to start turning around in this stock market. Otherwise, we are gonna start to look pretty dicey. So yeah, it's definitely something for those stock market bulls to be thinking about here. And then clearly, if things do start to look particularly worse for stock markets, I honestly can't see it not having a downward pull on Bitcoin. It will probably likely at least mute our rise, if not actually turn us down medium term. The dollar as well, we have been talking about that important level that we're looking at in the dollar, and well, there we are guys. So this is where things will start to potentially turn around in my view. We are at the we're at both basically. We're at the horizontal, we're at the trend line. If we take this out, if we get a clean break above here and hold above here, I mean, potentially we'll be looking for the break, the back test, and then once we bounce off the back test, that will be the point where I think all bets will be off. People will start to look at the market as particularly bearish. And sorry, not the markets. Yeah, the markets, stock markets and Bitcoin market is particularly potentially turning bearish, and obviously the dollar index turning bullish. So we are at that point. We have been talking about this. We have obviously been looking at this potential ascending triangle. And yeah, there we go. We have got the breakup. We are at an important level. It is okay for us to wick to break above here, and then as long as we come back test it and fail and come back below. But if we break above here, come back test and bounce, then yeah, I mean that would look very would look very bullish for the dollar, basically. Bitcoin dominance as well. Just look at that, guys. Look at that go. Got held up obviously by the 4-hour 9, and then obviously pulled back, and then yeah, pulled back below our major level. We're now above it. So like levels wise, have we got anything really? Yeah, I guess we have got this level here. We'll draw this one in, because this is not a next potential upside target. We'll just make that a bit thicker. That'll do. Yeah, so not actually a million miles away from there, as you can see. So especially not with the size of moves we're getting. So yeah, next level to come and tap. Yeah. Next level to come and tap. Basically, not really much else to say. We are clearly breaking this downward trend. And yeah, obviously altcoins, a lot of altcoins absolutely puking basically. So yeah, back to Bitcoin. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? I mean, it has had a good run. It had a lot of momentum. You would probably say, in the face of the wider market conditions, especially election uncertainty, all that jazz. Well, it is gonna take its toll on Bitcoin. But then obviously don't forget, we've got the fact that when you see these particular countries in actual turmoil across the globe, those particular countries often do look to Bitcoin as a means of transfer. So I know that's sort of the hopium like sort of moon boy talk, but it is a real thing. It does happen in certain countries, and it is happening in certain countries. So it is a valid point. But obviously, does that mean it's going to mean Bitcoin is going to go to the moon if stock markets crash, economies crash and everything, all that jazz? I mean, it may do, but then obviously Bitcoin could do what it did in March and just dump in sympathy with those markets. So we've just got to keep an eye on that, because obviously don't forget, people will be needing capital. They'll have money. People that have then got capital tied up in Bitcoin or crypto will have to be selling that to actually do whatever they've got to do. So yeah, so obviously there will be that dynamic. So yeah, that is it really, guys. A little bit more of a negative picture this morning, because obviously we have got pretty dicey looking stock markets in the dollar. Obviously at any point those can turn around, start going back up again, stock markets going back up again, dollar turn around and start looking weaker again, and then obviously Bitcoin with its new relative level between that can then obviously push on and then potentially get through 15k. But what may be more likely, even in that scenario, dollar turning back down and stocks turning back up, is that Bitcoin will still but could still very likely trade sideways, because as it digests the big move that it's had, and whilst the focus goes elsewhere, and obviously we consolidate and decided we're then going to break back up or then going to break back down. So obviously we know Bitcoin likes to go through periods of consolidation and then periods of obviously trend in action and consolidation. So obviously that trend in that sort of price action is obviously going to continue at some point. We are going to get a period either like this, or like this again. And well, looking at it, this is as good a place as any. This is as good a place as any for that to happen, guys. So yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, it's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys